Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello, leader. Welcome back to the Fierce Factor podcast and welcome to 2025. What an exciting time it is to be a business owner. I could not be more optimistic for this year and more confident that the foundation, our clients, that you have been laying over the past few years will allow you to capitalize on an economy poised for harvesting. We are going to see some of the most pivotal transformations in our industry this year, a culmination of post-pandemic stabilization, the insurgence of private funding, skyrocketing consumer demand for wellness and regenerative services, and AI-driven innovation. This just creates the perfect storm of opportunity. So, hey, let's do this. Welcome to 2025, and you are tuning into episode number 247. It's Kaylee here, and I could not be more excited for another year of spending some really high quality time with you in the Fierce Factor podcast. In fact, I am really excited. I have some big announcements coming. I am just more energized and engaged than ever in our mission, and I could not be more excited to be going on this journey with you. I decided to record this podcast because, well, I always do, but it's been so interesting to sit back and watch the evolution of the aesthetic industry over the past decade. I mean, I remember running around knocking on doors in LA, selling medical devices when there were only a few real players in the market. My only really key challenge as a sales rep back a decade ago was convincing practice owners to add laser light technology to their service mix and then teaching them how to convince their patients to invest in it. And boy, has the world changed dramatically since then. Today, it's more common than not for an aesthetic medical practice to acquire an energy-based device early on in growth. More often than not, and I would say too early if you ask me. We went from filling faces to balancing them, went from implants to explants, we went from curves to weight loss, and external aesthetics to internal wellness. And the sort of pre-rejuvenation marketing phase is past, and now it's just standard practice to seek out Botox when you're in your 20s. Regular guys are lining up for testosterone and skin tightening after their golf rounds. Oil and tech entrepreneurs are stepping out and investing heavily in med spa ownership. There are more business owners than ever in the space. And guess what? Women are driving the growth. And I am pleased to see that my predictions from back in 2020 have all manifested even beyond my expectations, and that I have played my part in contributing to hundreds of millions of dollars circulating in the aesthetic and wellness industry. Having the intimate experience of directly helping over 600 business owners cross their next $1 million milestone, and truly thousands of others through this podcast and other valuable content, my perspective comes from a very boots and streets perspective. That's why leading corporations and investors in our space come to me for grassroots predictions, because just looking back at what happened in 24 is not necessarily a leading indicator of where our industry is headed. It's what business owners were learning about their patients and started building 6 months ago that will be at the cutting edge of trends in 2025. And so I want to take some time to share those trends with you here today. My hope for you is that by adopting these movements into your business model and into the visionary planning of your business, you will lead your market by answering consumer interest early on. You'll continue to stay competitionless and build a business on value and results, not on price gauging. So without further ado, here are my top predictions for this coming year and beyond. Prediction number one, I'm calling discipline curiosity. Over the past 5 years, the world has become more invested in personal wellness, and we've seen entirely new industries evolve out of this movement. Take biohacking, for example, starting as a diet fad with Dave Asprey's bulletproof keto coffee. We're now watching Brian Johnson spend $2 million a year attempting to reverse the aging process and become 18 again through multi-generational plasma exchange and a variety of life hacks that include limiting toxins, calculating every piece of food, exercise, supplements, etc., that touches his environment. He's trying to never die. Most of the world is either sweating in a sauna or freezing in a cold plunge, and humans are deeply invested in any and every shortcut to reverse aging physically and to feel better and have more energy, and they're willing to pay for it. So what that means for aesthetic and wellness providers is they have patients who are looking for new solutions that they can provide answers to. An NP who worked in the hospital bedside, started her aesthetic business 5 years ago, might now already be investing in clinical education to treat patients more functionally. This might look like adding wellness and weight loss, BHRT, peptides, and supplements. What we're going to see in 2025 is more growth in this area and more providers crossing disciplines to service patients more holistically. Integrative medicine MDs introducing aesthetics, OB-GYNs launching total women's health, med spa chains catering exclusively to male hormone optimization, sexual wellness and hair restoration, plastic surgeons expanding to multidisciplinary wellness centers, and pain management MDs launching cash pay IV hydration with regenerative solutions like NAD. What this means for a med spa owner is that your growth runway just tripled, but so has your competition. It's really going to be critical to stay ruthlessly focused in your unique brand position and value proposition in your marketplace. With all of this intradisciplinary curiosity introduces prediction number 2, and that's that strong foundations will thrive and win. While it can be tempting to want to jump on trends, remember that mastery of any skill requires 10,000 hours. I would say even more than that. But what that means is a new service offering, when it's implemented correctly, will require strategy, clinical education, creation of new protocols, legal and regulatory standards, new systems and operations, updated workflows, increase in team member support, marketing investments, brain power, energy, on and on and on. So if you don't have the right team working on the right activities, make sure you prioritize infrastructure before adding any new revenue stream. Because here's the alternative. Let's say your front desk is weak. You introduce a new service and expand your offers to clients. They call to ask about the experience, but your team's not able to show up, educate, convert, and guide patients to invest in themselves at the highest level. You might be setting yourself up for failure. 2025 is going to favor businesses who have built strength in the things that you can't see. Long gone are the days where super flashy branding and aesthetics win. If your goal is to build a cash cow business, it's all about predictable outcomes through a consistent, dependable system that attracts and retains loyal customers. A strong foundation means a clear mission, vision, and values, effective financial management, strong leadership, an engaged and passionate team with clear direction and goals, a world-class client experience, operational efficiency, meaning standard operating procedures, a culture of innovation and growth, and an effective tech stack to automate systems, clinical compliance and ethics, and legal oversight. And here's the wrench. If you're 5 years in business and haven't completely overhauled your foundation, you're probably due for a peek under the hood. Because remember, as your business grows, some of your systems can get a little out of whack. That's totally normal. For example, you might be envisioning a new direction for the company and haven't redefined your vision and cast that to the team. You might even have bigger goals that require stronger operational leadership or a different set of internal skills. And your employees are still marching along doing the same tasks they've always done. And they're probably good at it, right? It can feel like a slog when you're in this place, like you're dragging your business behind you because you're ready to go slay 2025, but your business is heavy and you begin to feel like you're starting to micromanage and control every activity versus feeling empowered and uplifted and energized by the systems that automate and support you. This brings me to trend or prediction number 3, which is crush the immeasurable KPIs. So 2025 is all about the mastery of sight unseen. It's about soaring past your competition before they even have a chance to see what you're up to. It's going to be about leaning into the important metrics that are immeasurable on paper, but serve your vision energetically. The reason I believe this is so important is because real transformation, it's not linear and it's often not always objective. And because of this, it's often the place we as leaders overlook or push off for later. Things like growing your emotional intelligence, the psychological safety of your team, the all-in culture, your vibrancy and love for your business. Rarely, unless you've been a client of ours at KLC, do I review a business plan or a CEO scorecard that evaluates health, wealth, impact, and freedom. However, these benchmarks are the leading indicators of the sustainability of a business. What drives these? Well, the game-changing practice of slowing down to ensure efficiencies across each role in your organization, connecting with your team members to make sure they're healthy and happy and feeling fulfilled in their role in your company, working with a coach to manage your thoughts and create new results in your life, having difficult conversations that lead to game-changing impact. When we focus on the key results areas that are quote unquote immeasurable on paper, we experience tangible results on our Excel spreadsheet and in our bank account. But it doesn't happen the other way around. We won't get better at leading, inspiring, and managing people by looking at a bank account. Prediction number 4 for 2025 is mental health coaching. I mean that both internal and externally. So this year, there'll be a massive movement supporting mental health. We'll be seeing aesthetic wellness practices integrate mental health services, both internally within their business and externally for their clients. Get ready to see more healthcare providers bring health and life coaching into the fold in their brick and mortar businesses and add as a service virtually. And more progressive practices will be combining plant-based therapies and psychedelic assisted therapy because emerging research is exploring the use of psychedelics like psilocybin and MDMA in therapeutic settings for conditions such as PTSD, depression, and showing promising results. I think the consumers are adopting this. Teletherapy and digital mental health tools, remote therapy sessions, and mental health apps are providing accessible support, allowing people to engage with therapists and resources from the comfort of their homes, and also giving the power of providers to work remotely and from anywhere. So expect to see more mindfulness-based interventions, including in the business coaching world, by the way. Programs incorporating mindfulness and meditation techniques to help individuals reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, and enhance overall well-being. And finally, holistic approaches to integrative treatments that combine traditional therapy and alternative practices. So that could be like yoga, acupuncture, nutrition counseling, all as an enhancement to wellness and aesthetic services. Here's the deal. Human beings are really seeking out and willing to pay for whole human wellness that improves both their longevity and also their outlook on their own future. Prediction number 5 is all about multi-location clinic expansions. So private equity has significantly impacted the medical spa industry by driving consolidation, increasing investment in technology and marketing, and enhancing operational efficiencies. The 2025 outlook for the med spa industry is expected to remain robust, with projections suggesting the market could exceed $18 billion. Factors contributing to this growth include increasing consumer focus on wellness and aesthetic treatments, obviously, advancements in technology, and the continued influence on private equity investments, and demographic shifts such as an aging population seeking non-invasive cosmetic procedures are likely to drive demand further. I do believe that there will be a significant delineation between the med spa chain and the bespoke practice. I think just like the restaurant industry, consumers will sort of self-select, being drawn to the chain med spa, the chain restaurant, or the little mom and pop shop. I think that in our industry, consumers are going to be drawn to a treatment by name or being loyal to a provider for their personal brand and proprietary aesthetic method, or PAM, as we teach inside of our programs at KLC. In fact, if you haven't checked out our Happy Hour Masterclass bundle virtually or live in Confidence to Scale, I'll be sure to link up these in the show notes so that you can get access to learning how to develop your own proprietary aesthetic method. Success in this arena is going to require practice owners to be extremely clear on their brand positioning strategy and their mission. On the flip side, we'll see many owners overextend and expand too rapidly, causing team dysfunction and cash flow issues, leaving them susceptible to take over. So the good news for you is that you have a unique value to offer and a competitive advantage if you stay lean, mean, and focused throughout this year. And by the way, Team KLC is here to help you with that. Which brings me to prediction number 6, building online authenticity, relationship, and referral marketing. If you haven't noticed over the course of 2024, we are paying higher prices for anything and everything from clothes to gas to food to our employees. And last time I checked, we weren't getting higher quality gas, fresher, more organic food, or higher productivity out of team members. Naturally, buyers are questioning the validity and quality of what they're paying for. And this has led to a decline in consumer trust. And why do I bring this up? Well, this truth should be at the forefront of your marketing strategy. Remember that every interaction, every sale in human history is built around an exchange of trust. So if it feels like it's taking your patients longer to make decisions right now, well, here's why. They are questioning everything around them. They are more discerning than ever. What I would stop doing is spending money on website remodels and start spending money in areas that support your efforts in closing the relationship marketing process with your customers. Remember, there's a process by which a patient will need to move from becoming aware you exist to trusting you enough that they'll choose to want to spend money with you. So the way to get ahead here in today's market is to focus less on loading up on new leads for low ticket offers and more on capitalizing on upsell opportunities, cross-selling patients to different services, and reactivating patients who've spent money with you in the past, but haven't continued on a long-term care plan. The key to leveraging trust building in marketing is all about authenticity, human connection, and long format marketing. So starting a podcast, building out thoughtful training and education videos to address objections ahead of time, shorten the sales cycle, and give value to earn trust and authority with your patients. This is crucial. And this might require you to step out of your daily routine and likely even time in the treatment room to allow you as a founder to have more touch points at different pieces of the sales cycle. This will be about adapting the business model to ensure that the practice is delivering world-class experiences in all areas of the business, not just in service delivery. Prediction number 7, injector training academies and small group events. So in 2025, we will continue to see more injectors opening their doors for shadow days and launching their own training academies and events. We'll see large conferences start to splinter into smaller training experiences and a deeper movement into niche learning, be it specific to clinical applications or business events. Just as your patients are becoming more discerning about how and whom they spend their money with, we'll see more business owners look to make decisions from referrals, trust building offers, and intimacy where they have control over the customization of learning experiences. And finally, prediction number 8, in-person events and experiences are back in full swing. Humans are social creatures, and we are looking to be touching and feeling our experiences. And Zoom has its place, but if you are thinking about creative ways to connect and build your visibility and brand, the best way to do this is by connecting with others. So your patients will be ready to be in your practice, attending events and dinners, and looking to connect socially and in your community. And this will be the year of strategically building relationships and the right network through experiences that induce a state of transformation and behavior shifts. So, leader, I am sure that you can sense that this year is going to provide a pivotal opportunity for you to capitalize on future strategic plans that align with sweeping trends driving consumer behavior. But I do want to emphasize that the key to winning at implementation of these or any strategies is focus. I like to tell my clients, you can do all the things you want to do, just not all at once. So the key to staying focused is getting clear on the main thing and keeping the main thing, meaning eliminating, saying no, and clearing the way for the main thing to consume your time and your team's time until that project is complete. I listened to Alex Hormozi's most recent podcast, and I wanted to share some really powerful words of wisdom. He says, quote, rich people buy time, poor people buy stuff, ambitious people buy skills, lazy people buy distraction. Look at where you spend your money and look at what is on your calendar. And where you invest in these areas is where you will see growth. We vote with our dollars about the things that we care about, and we vote with our time to become the person we want to become. If you want to be a new version of yourself, you need to start investing in yourself today. Leader, I'd like to challenge you as you begin to take action on making 2025 your best year ever. Get really honest with yourself about what needs to be done to create different results this year. Perhaps it's opting out of more clinical trainings and investing in learning how to set a vision and build a team. It's likely the skills you're most uncomfortable with that you need to apply your attention to at a new level. This year, my team will be bringing the most dynamic lineup of coaching experiences to you, whether you are thinking about starting a business, brand new to team building, or scaling up to an 8-figure plus model. We have the premier leadership coaching incubator and programming in the industry, period. To begin, I would like to invite you to join us this month for Confidence to Scale, our 6-week business growth certification program, launching on January 21st. If you're a busy provider who's looking to learn the foundations of building and scaling your business through team, pulling yourself back from being a slave to your schedule, and learning the fundamentals to building a self-led company, this program is for you. You can learn more about this program and apply at klcconsultants.com/scale. And if you're not sure where to start, you can also send me a DM on Instagram and I will personally respond with suggestions on next steps and some resources that can help you take the best next step toward achieving your goals. I am on a mission to help every female leader in our industry achieve their highest potential, and I will not stop until I do. Okay, Goddess, thank you for tuning in today. Please rate and share this show together so that we can make a massive impact in the world. And I am so ready for 2025 with you. Let's go. Chat with you, same place, same time next week. Listen, leader, if you're vibing with me here, hang tight because I have a brand new resource for you. You are a successful, confident, powerful woman who just isn't into being average. No, you have a calling, and part of that calling is requiring you to level up. And I know that if you're working across the next $1 million milestone in your business, you need to be in the right circles. And perhaps that's why you found us. I'd love to invite you to join The Blueprint, a weekly resource for inspired, provocative thinkers who are taking this conversation to the next level. Get access to free business tools, podcast supplements, guideposts, and direct communication with me and my expert team. And of course, a masterfully curated circle of women making big moves and disrupting the status quo in aesthetics and wellness. You can link directly through the show notes or head to klcconsultants.com/blueprint. It's time to elevate. See you there, Goddess.